This is my 1974 Datsun 260Z that I've owned for a total of 3 days until the engine had a complete, utter meltdown internally. In today's video, I'm going to go through the engine a little bit and see if it can be rebuilt, or I need to find a new one, or it can just completely V8 swap this car. Feel free to watch this and watch me suffer a little bit, and hopefully this is something to kick off my YouTube channel. Thank you, and we'll see you in the video. As y'all have gathered from the beginning of the video, this is my 1974 Datsun 260Z, but this thing may look beautiful. It just caused me a nightmare. Normally I flip cars and sell them and stuff like that on Facebook Marketplace. Actually, I never even flip cars, I flip trucks. This is my first car I've ever owned, and it might be my last, but if I continue with YouTube, which I wanted to start this channel, I could do some more stuff and possibly just build cars, build trucks, do all this stuff that I've ever wanted to do. Normally I just do videos on TikTok, which are pretty boring. And also too, you guys' favorite, NTW Media, I run that page and post a lot of stuff of Swampers, Mickey Thompson Canyons, Classic 3s and stuff like that on that page, which that is pretty awesome. I do love my job. That's my main job. But maybe I can turn this into something like part-time for now that I do on building vehicles, and also too showing you guys a little bit of what I do. So I've done this once before, as you guys can probably see on a video that's previously on this channel, but I never stuck with it. This time I want to definitely stick with this and continue doing this and make something out of my life. And maybe, as you can see, I live in my parents' house, which I don't care saying this, and maybe get out of that and do some more stuff, get a shop and move. And this is something that I need to get out of my element and not be completely scared to be behind a camera. So I hope you guys like the videos, and let's get started. So one of the first things I definitely need to do is get this thing out of the rain, because as soon as I got done recording the intro, it started raining. But the problem with that is I have to clean out a spot in this lovely garage for this car to go and be for a couple weeks, which there's a lot of things I got to move. So let me get this moved, and I'll get the car in here, and I'll start recording, going over what happened to the car. Hey guys, Future Seth here. Well, past Seth looking like an idiot moving stuff around the garage. One thing we're gonna have a problem with in this garage is lighting, so we're gonna have to address that for the video content and the quality of the video. Okay, the garage has now been cleaned out. I'm done running around looking like an idiot right now. So in a perfect world, I'm gonna back that car that has no running engine in it, which we all know, I've said it a million times, into the garage. But thankfully, when it blew up, the clutch still works. So my perfect trajectory is to coast it by myself completely into the garage. So we'll see how that goes. I'm saying that sarcastically because I don't feel like it's going to go very well. Oh, this is great. This is so awesome. Oh, the parking brake was on. We're good now. Look at this, guys. Here I come. Oh, yeah. Ah, come on. So now I'm going to attempt to push it. See how good it goes. It cannot be that bad. It's only like 2,000 pounds, right? Am I right? I think I'm right. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, wait. I am. I got it. All right. I hope you guys are all impressed by my strength of me pushing. It's coming up a hill. Oh, my God. Kind of heavy right now. I can't. Oh, God. The hay dudes are gripping. After battling with the car for a little bit and my hay dudes, and I figured I have to move out my hay dudes, they are treadless hay dudes. Yeah. We're going to go and try to pull this up onto these ramps so I can get to the oil pan to drain the oil on the car, but we'll see how it goes. After the flawless execution of me getting this up here, it actually, I'm being sarcastic, it went pretty good. I was under the car a little bit. I was on here looking, and I was like, what is this? And I guess some creature or squirrel or something brought a walnut into the car. Pretty crazy. Before I drain the oil out of this thing, I just want to take a moment to realize how clean this car is underneath. This is the only reason why I'm saving this car. Normally people, diehards that love these cars, save them no matter what. But I just knew what this car was, and when I got it, I thought I got a smoking deal on it, but I still did. It's beautiful, but the engine blowing up just kind of made me a little bit sour to the subject. But honestly, it gets me out of my comfort zone, and it gets me to be able to do cool videos and stuff like this. So let's get drain the oil and see some of the carnage. All right, I got it loose, so let's see if I can get my hand out of the way before it starts draining. Oh, I'm nervous to see this. I really am. I don't know what to expect. out of this thing. Ooh. It looks not bad. I have to take the oil pan off eventually whenever I deassemble the whole engine, but it really doesn't look horrible. I don't see really any crazy things in it yet. I don't know that they could still be up in there, but we'll see. Honestly, I was expecting worse. I mean, it won't really know until you pull the whole oil pan off the car, but there's some specks of like metal in there and stuff like that. But honestly, I'm excited to see the coolant because what happened was in the top end, so I don't know if it like blew the gasket or anything like that. But yeah, this isn't that bad. It's just some very fine, I don't know if you could see them, metal bits on that. So it's not that horrible, but we'll see when I take the engine apart. Another thing I can definitely check is the oil filter. So I'm gonna take that off and we're gonna get a look inside of there and see how much, if there's anything in there or some metal flakes in there. We'll check it out. All right, so I got it broken loose. Let's take it off and have a little peek. Oh, crap. As this drains, I'm starting to see a lot more specks in the oil, as you can see. But it looks like there's some stuff down in here, so I'm gonna dump it out. Check and see if anything comes out. Not really see much. Oh yeah, there's some specks starting to appear. I'm starting to see it as it drains. Those are not bubbles, those are actually specks. But that's no good. As you can tell by the state of my outfit and my hat, it is a whole different day. I ran out of time while draining the oil on this thing to get into the coolant system, to go through all that, to drain it. But fun thing, we're going to be going and getting a new power plant for the car. I named it Kermit. We're going to be going and picking it up on Friday. So stay tuned for that. I'll be coming out with another video for that. But let's get draining the coolant. Before I do anything, I know every single person in the comment section is going to be like, cover up the fenders. The body's perfect. Okay. Well, I am going to. I got blankets right here. I don't have anything that, you know, everyone else would probably cover it with, but at least I'm trying. You know, the body is pretty good. Oh yeah, I know I'd be looking good laying this blanket down. Oh, no, it's not staying. Shit. So one of the major things that I noticed when I bought this is the coolant level was low. So I topped the coolant off on it, and it had, I don't feel like these engines, like, I don't know anything about them really that much, but the L26s, I feel like they're just, just basically a tractor engine in this car. I mean, basically it is. It's old fashioned. Everything's just old. So I really didn't think anything about it. And I think what I was hearing was actually a rod knock on this, but the coolant was low. But I mean, everyone would be like, oh, well, is the bottom end blowing up? It suddenly stopped. So I don't know if there's anything in the coolant or not. I don't even know had enough time to mix everything together in this engine. So I'm really excited to see how this looks. Let's get to it. At times like this, it'd pay off to have a cameraman, probably. Maybe eventually later in the budget or something. I don't even know. It was a little bit stuck on there, so I pulled it, and it went everywhere. The bucket was just a suggestion, I guess, but I got it. I got it kind of like half open, draining up in here. So we'll see how it goes. I think I don't know. I'll have to take a look at it, but I'll get back when it's drained. Well, it's done draining. I cleaned it up a little bit, but this doesn't look horrible. I don't, it just baffles me that it doesn't look that horrible, because the whole bottom end blew up in the car, and you say, oh, well, you know, shoot a rod or something out of the side of the engine. There's nothing. There's some metal flakes in the oil, you know, so on and so forth. But I'm just so confused because there's really nothing that shows and indicates the bottom end blew up, but it definitely did, which is crazy. All right, so the next thing I'm going to be working on is pulling apart all the cables, the carburetors, all the other stuff on the vehicle that makes it hard for me to pull the engine out. There's really not a lot of stuff to take out. So we're going to start with taking all the wires out, and I'm just going to start labeling everything, because I know a lot of these parts can go for money, or it could be used for reassembly of another motor, or this motor, depending on how bad it is. Honestly, it's kind of giving me an indication that it might be rebuildable. So we'll see how it goes from here. I just rigged up one of the best lighting setups I can get. So I got this side mostly done. I got the alternator off, I got the starter off, and I got all the wiring disconnected on this side. But I do have a question about one thing, if anyone knows, would be very helpful. So if anyone doesn't know that these 70s cars are very emissions regulated when they came out for US, but I wanted to ask a question because whoever owned this before, of course you could see dual carb swap this car. But the problem is I don't really know a lot about wiring. That's one thing I'm not great with. I hate wiring. It's my least favorite thing. But this wire goes all the way over from the fuel line all the way back over here. And I'm thinking it has something to do with like tricking it that the emissions are still on the car to not set off a check engine light or something, but I'm not very sure. But if anybody has a clue what is being done here, it'd help me out a lot in the engine swap, because if I'm going to get the same engine, redo this engine, or find a different engine, I'd like to know what this does. Now I'm going to be working on getting these coolant lines disconnected from the block and everything from the vehicle and just get these off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. After getting all that done, honestly, there's a lot of room on this side, and I'm very surprised, but very, very easy to get apart, honestly. And I can't even complain about this thing. It's super clean for the year, and also, too, it's awesome to work on something this cool. On the driver's side, I was looking to take apart all the intake and the carbs all together at once, but it's really not looking like it's going to turn out that way, so I'll show you real quick. So my initial goal was to pull these out together, all this together, but I can't get into the bolts in here. So the problem was, the reason why I wanted to do that in the first place is because the throttle goes from here to here to here to here to here to here to here. And it does that twice. And that's a lot of moving parts on that. And I kind of wanted to keep these in sync if I were to get another motor or use this motor again. But I think if I just take these off and disconnect everything, I can pull this motor out no problem without taking everything off there. I mean, of course, I'm going to have to take the exhaust off. I already know that. No one has to tell me. Or maybe you do, because I'm pretty dumb. But I don't think it'll be that horrible to take these off and just keep them in sync. But let's do that now. Now, before anything, I'm going to take a picture of this before reassembly, because I will forget how to reassemble this, because I have to take this hose off. I already took this one off. I have to take this one off. And then I have to take this one off. So I definitely won't remember all that or remember where it goes, because I want to keep this engine, because if somebody wants to rebuild this, or if I sell this car, it'll have the matching part numbers on it. So the matching numbers to the vehicle. So if somebody ever can restore this, or maybe one day I will, it would be the matching numbers, which makes this vehicle worth a lot more. This one came out and brought everything with it. And of course, this one comes out perfectly fine. Oh, okay, well, never mind. It just went underneath the car. I'm going to try to do my best to save these gaskets that are in here with this, because this car, everything on this whole top end is all brand new. It was redone like 7 years ago. The car sat for five years, so it only had about 2 years of driving on this, but everything's basically brand new in here, and it's only got about 2,000 miles on the rebuild until it blew up on me. So thankfully, I didn't flip this and then sell it to somebody else and it happened to them. But sadly, I had to buy this car and it happened to me. But I think more or less it was an investment than a loss of money. So for sure, I love this. But we're going to try to get these out, and I'll start videoing whenever I get these carbs out. Just got one side off, and now the second one's off. So we got both of them off. A little thing I was going to go over here. I'm going to go over this whole engine bay and redo everything inside of here while I do this car. Because even though it is very clean, there's some spots that I am not very happy with that can eventually turn into rot rust, which I do not want that to. and this car deserves to be completely restored. So I'm going to go through and do all this stuff once I get the engine out of the car. That's going to be it for today's video. I'm going to call it there because I got everything taken off the engine. There's a couple more things I have to take odds and ends out, bolts and stuff to get the engine out of the car. Friday, I'm going to be going to go pick up the engine. Today is Wednesday, which is the day this will be uploaded. So there'll be another video coming this weekend or next week early. And I'll be swapping that in and putting whatever engine that I do get for it. It's going to be a surprise. I know what I'm getting, but it's going to be a surprise. I'm very excited to do this YouTube stuff. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope that later on I become more comfortable behind a camera. I'm actually a very funny person, at least I think so. I'm not really, but I think so. And I just kind of don't really know how to act behind a camera yet, but we'll get there, and I hope this is something that can definitely take off, and thank you for watching. See you in part 2.